think that's how it works. You click on that, and then the stream goes live. Oh shit, look at that. All right, and then we go here, and then we send it here, and then we're live. That's a long time of coming back. Let me just see if this is working. It should be working. I think this works. Okay, so that's the mic. All right, can you guys hear me? I don't know, it's been so long. Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear? Should be unmuted. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. Should be good. Hey, can you hear me all in one? Am I loud and clear? Or is it weird? Should be good. Should be working. Hey guys. Okay, cool. Everyone can hear me. Yeah, so it's been like 2 or 3 months, I think, since we've done one of these, or just in general, since I've made a video. It's been it's been forever. Listen, hear me out, okay? So yeah, I moved into a new place. My wedding's coming up in about 2.5, 3 weeks-ish, pretty much. So it's been crazy times. I just haven't been able to actually sit down and make videos because I pretty much lost my setup, you know, as I was in the move, and then I had stuff to do for the wedding and stuff. So I couldn't really make videos, and I didn't want to make a video, for example, on Ethereum, let's just say, right? And then make a video and then not be able to update that same video a week later. Like, if you guys remember when I used to make videos, like I was basically making them every 4 hours, right? So every day you guys had something to look forward to. So we're going to start getting back into that starting Monday. Monday, you know, obviously now we're pretty much into weekend volume, which I don't really want to trade. But Monday morning starting, we're going to start with Ethereum, Doge, whatever. You guys know the spiel, whatever. So that's what we're going to run into. So first off, thank you guys for coming. I missed you guys. I missed a lot of you guys, and like I've been trying to like respond to as many messages that I could, but like since I've been gone MIA, it's been pretty much crazy hectic, and like it just feels overwhelming when I see like 40 messages from people, and I'm like, man, I gotta sit here and like try to, you know, and I don't like half-assing my responses with you guys anyways, but it's been absolutely wild. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So yeah, it feels good to come back, honestly. And, you know, I am pretty excited. I've thought about so many things that I wanted to do, but in general right now, let's just give like a quick little market update. What's been going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum since I've left. Now we'll go back to when I originally started looking for that shorting position on Bitcoin. It was right here around that 60.74 level. Now let's just go back further back a little bit more. You can see that, of course, Bitcoin had a massive move, and 71.4 was a major resistance, right? So that zone, just looking at it from this perspective on Bitcoin, this zone is a very strong resistance. We've seen multiple retest opportunities on this zone without any sort of breakout structure. And just because of the fact that we couldn't break out, you guys have to understand that when Bitcoin's all-time high is broken, you don't necessarily want to be shorting into that volume, right? And I told you guys that many times, is because the reason is if we end up seeing a break, then that squeeze is going to be absolutely massive. You're going to see Bitcoin see thousands of dollars in terms of increase on the initial pump opportunity, right? So you can see that didn't happen. Of course, we were pretty much consolidating within this range, and then we started something different. We actually started to use our exponential moving averages as resistance. When Bitcoin had its original run up here from the 40K region, you can see that we were using this level as support. There was no reason to short, right? No reason to short until we started using it as resistance. And then when we started to use it as resistance, I was telling you guys pretty much the last bullish case we really have for Bitcoin, rather from support aspect of it, would be around the 60,724 zone. If that level is lost, then I am focusing on the 52K region for Bitcoin. You can see that as of right now, we got pretty damn close. We got to 53.5. Of course, a lot of people started shorting at this range, and that's when I told you guys, personally speaking, looking at this zone right now, I think we're extremely oversold. We're going to be expecting some sort of bounce opportunity back into 59.2. That trade trade played out perfectly as well. You can see we got the retest. Now I was waiting for this wick break right here. So when I told you guys, if we're expecting a squeeze to this zone right here at 60.4, we need to break this wick right here at 59.4. That wick hasn't been broken just yet, but it's a little too early to say because again, we're still consolidating in between the exponential moving averages. If we see something like this, so you can see like this is what I taught you guys. Remember, we have to go deeper into the technical analysis here. You have a 1 test, a 2 test now, and what we're looking for is a 3rd test opportunity. If we can somehow manage to see a 3rd test opportunity break, that's going to be the level you want to enter on. Play that break structure and then ride it into the top of this wick right here. On that wick, you end up taking your profits because again, nothing is guaranteed whether or not this is a trend reversal or of course, if we are going to see the 52K region, but that's pretty much how you trade in between these zones. I get the question a lot, you know, when Bitcoin's seeing massive dumps or massive pump opportunities. Hey, Pingu, how do I know how to trade in between these zones? And that's the perfect example of it is when you have like a larger time frame and then you can zoom in and you can try trading those lower time frames. Now, you guys know me personally, I don't like trading consolidation zones. So this range right here, pretty much for what, since the beginning of July, has been pretty choppy, right? And I don't personally like trading chop zones like that. But when you end up seeing some sort of resistance zones here, so when you come up close to these resistance levels, that's where I pretty much like entering, right? So we enter pretty much leading into that resistance zone. AMAs are being used as support. That's your confirmation to enter the long. You play the long structure break, you immediately exit that trade. You're being aggressive. We're not holding these positions, right? Again, we're not holding these positions for long term. And then we pretty much end up going from there. So that's like the idea that we want to do when you're trading these 4-hour time frames. Now, I know you guys have a lot of questions in terms of just like the charts, like for other altcoins and stuff. If we look here on Bitcoin and Ethereum, we're not really seeing too much here. Even Ethereum, we're actually looking pretty good. Personally speaking, we see that wick level on Ethereum at 2000 held. A lot of people got liquidated on this move. I personally know a lot of people that got liquidated on this move, right? We ended up losing that support at 32.75. And I taught you guys this many times. Look, I still have the same circle. I taught you guys this from like weeks ago, if not months ago, that look, Ethereum right now in this zone has a liquidity grab, right? So you can see that this candlestick right here, we saw a massive move. There was a ton of liquidity in this range that was never really retested. And then you can see what happened on Ethereum. We finally retested that zone and look at exactly where we saw the initial capitulation candle, right? It was exactly on the same wick prior. We ended up losing that support and Ethereum went from $3,100 in a 4-hour time frame to $2,884. That is a massive, massive move. So looking at the 4-hour time frame right now, you can see that we still have a very strong support here at the 2800 region. A lot of people were calling for around here at $24, $22, $2,000 Ethereum. Some even started talking about $1,500 Ethereum. Me personally speaking right now, looking at Ethereum's chart, I do like the chart in terms of a bullish confirmation. You can see that we had a multiple retests on that $2,800 region. We even saw multiple wick opportunities down to 2817. And right now, even with Bitcoin dropping, we're still holding somewhat above our exponential moving averages. Another point to understand is the fact that there is still a ton of liquidity that is trapped within this region. You can see when Ethereum initially saw its dump opportunity from 32.75, we never really retested that level as resistance. Do you see this gap formation right here? We never really retested that level as resistance. We saw it as support, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retests on support, but we didn't see that level hold anywhere retest as resistance on the way down. So what's going to happen? Most likely you're going to see a squeeze towards the upside, trapping those positions. We're going to see that liquidity grab, and then the deciding factor is going to happen whether or not Ethereum rejects that zone, or of course Ethereum breaks out, uses that level as support, and this would have been the confirmed local bottom for us to continue pushing higher. That's the way pretty much how I trade, and that's pretty much what I want you guys to kind of start learning too, is that's the liquidity grab you want to be careful of, right? So right now in this 4-hour time frame, looking at Ethereum, a lot of people are probably questioning like, okay, well, Pingu, should I be taking a long position here? Well, no. And the reason for that is, look, you have your wick high opportunity right here, right? This is the wick high. If you want to play it super conservative, you don't have to trade this chop opportunity. Why would you want to sit here for 3 or 4 days to be in the same range, trade the chop, be emotional about it? Or you can literally just wait until the wick ends up breaking here at 32.17, enter a long position, ride it into the wick high of 32.75. That's still a pretty decent position here, guys. That's still quite a bit of money you can make in between the zone. For those of you that are playing it super aggressive, so you really want to enter a trade, then pretty much every time you end up seeing a candle close above the exponential moving averages, you can take a long position for a scalp. But again, you want to be careful of that, is because if the market structure ends up breaking, right? So if we end up losing the exponential moving average support, retesting the support level as well, and losing that as well, then you're in a pickle, right? Then you're kind of like, oh man, I'm caught out here. And then of course, from a bearish case scenario, you're looking at a 1 test, 2 tests, and now a 3rd test break structure. That's why you guys have to be very, very cautious when you are trading on the 4-hour time frames. And you need to understand that if the market structure ends up breaking below that level on support, you don't necessarily want to get caught out, right? Instead, what you're looking for is just a simple scalp opportunity on the major resistance. Let the market come to you. When the market's trading in between the zone like this, and then you see initial break structure or anything like that in terms of volume, just enter a long position. Super simple. Enter a long position. Even if you see the market pushing up somewhere here at 31.80, 31.85, what looks probably more likely right here versus what looks probably more likely right here. You see what I'm saying? This is what you don't want to trade, because now this is a 50-50 assumption. This right now, if you look at it, is a 50-50 assumption, right? We don't know exactly where the market's going to go, but if we end up trading here, so somewhere up here, then from a bullish case scenario, you're like, okay, well, look, this is a midterm resistance. There's a wick right here that I can enter a long position, play into the break. And of course, even at 32.75, I know that that level hasn't been retested as resistance. So that's 2 confirmations for me to be looking for a long position. Same way from a short position, if I don't want to take a long and I'm betting that the market isn't a short, then am I really going to enter here? No, I'm probably most likely going to enter somewhere over here, right? So around 29.60. Why? Because this level was holding as a midterm support. So my green line is my midterm support level. This level was holding as a midterm support. If the structure ends up breaking below that level again, what's most likely going to happen? We're probably going to see another cascade event, right? And that's exactly why I tell you guys, that's how I would be trading this current chop position. I know that Bitcoin and Ethereum are really boring right now. I understand. Trust me, there's nothing that I feel like I've been gone for 2 months and like literally nothing's changed. Like you can see from back here, May 1st, we've been in this range before, and now we're pretty much back in July and we're pretty much in the same range. But when you are trading chop positions, it is extremely, extremely important to be aggressive on them because of the fact of how volatile things can be. You don't necessarily want to get caught out on those quick opportunities. Now, leading into my next point is altcoins, right? So I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, oh, talk about Doge, talk about this, talk about that. And like, guys, realistically right now, from an overall standpoint, if we're looking at it from Bitcoin's perspective, we are not in any sort of confirmation zone for you guys to be looking for altcoin buying opportunities. Now, that doesn't mean you don't necessarily have to buy or go all in. Rather, what I mean is simply is you can dollar cost average in your favorite altcoins, right? So Shiba, Doge, whatever you guys want, IMX, doesn't matter. But there's no reason for you guys to be fully porting everything into these positions as of right now. We don't have any sort of confirmation. And the reason why, the same thing with Doge, if you see from this area of opportunity, we've seen this consolidation happen before. Consolidation sideways, leg down. Consolidation sideways, leg down. So until this trend changes, only then would I be looking for some buying opportunities on Doge, Shiba, and all the other altcoins that are your favorite. And again, I always get the question of, oh my God, Pingu, like, what if I miss the bottom? What if I miss the bottom? Like, guys, worst case scenario for Doge, if it does end up dropping from here, it'll probably be somewhere between this zone right here. Like, if you look at it from a long-term perspective, does 0.1 versus 0.088, so basically 1 penny, make that much of a difference from a spot position? Not necessarily. And that's why I tell you guys, like, you're better off just being, having some cash in stable coins or having something on the side for these opportunities. But when the time comes, and people are now calling for lower and lower and lower, that is when you start dollar cost averaging. That is when you start buying these positions heavily, because again, long term, these positions end up playing out extremely well. Do you guys remember back from October when we talked about Doge and we ended up playing this whole run up, including on Shiba? A lot of people in the chat and the Telegram were crying and saying, oh my God, I wish I listened. I wish I bought at the bottom. I wish I bought the sideways. Guys, we're in that same sideways position right now. And again, dollar cost averaging here isn't a bad idea. Now, the reason why I'm saying not to go full port is because the people that went up full port over here, well, now they're down pretty much, you can see that we pretty much, give or take, dropped 40% from that level opportunity they bought at. The reason why you want a dollar cost average there is, of course, if the market structure ends up holding here and then dropping, you're buying on this downturn. And then again, once another possible downturn happens again, you're not going to be too worried when the market structure recovers, right? Because then you're pretty much going to be in the green immediately, versus the people that went all in at 0.16. Do you guys remember back in those days when I was making those videos on Doge? I had so many haters on those Doge videos saying that this guy's an idiot. Doge is going to go to $2, $5, $3. The people that bought up here, so for example, at 0.168 or even at the peak at 0.21, well, they're down a lot more than 50% right now, and they're in pain, right? They want to buy the dip, but they don't have any money to buy the dip. And that's why I tell you guys, like, look, when it comes down to spot positions, there's no reason for you guys to be greedy and rush ahead and try to get the most out of those positions. You're going to have a lot of time to buy these positions. But if we're bearish or again, just from a standpoint, if I say, guys, I'm looking for a short position on Bitcoin, or if I'm looking for a bearish confirmation on Bitcoin, then that means that goes for everything. That's, your coin is not special that's going to outlast Bitcoin's drop, right? Nothing is special. Like, everything is going to end up seeing a drop sooner or later. And that's why I tell you guys to be very, very cautious when you guys are trading. If the leaders are falling, then you're falling with it. And of course, with meme coin perspective, everyone's falling with it. You understand? So that's pretty much how it is. So a lot of people genuinely think we are entering a bear market, and a lot of altcoins have topped for this cycle. Your thoughts on this? Personally, I don't think we're in a bear market at all. For a bear market to happen, I think personally we'd have to probably break around maybe 40, if not 37K. Then sure, we can decide that. If you look at market cycles from prior, during election years, there's always been a market correction, but during elections, we see a huge boom. I don't think we're in a bear market. Yes, from all-time high, we're about a $20,000 difference, but the same way could be said when Bitcoin was in a massive run up towards the upside, right? The same question is the bear market open? Are we in a bull market? Well, we broke about 40K, and you can see from 40K to the top of 71K, that was a $35,000 gain, like without stopping. This whole move, this was just straight green all for weeks and months of just straight green. There has to be some sort of corrective move, and now we're seeing that corrective move, and of course the market's in a little bit more of a panic. But again, these are buying opportunities. So whether or not 52K is hit or not, this is still a decent area of buying versus buying way up here. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, from a dollar cost averaging perspective, if you're a long-term Bitcoin holder, does it really matter if you buy at 50K or 52K, or sorry, 57K or 52K? Not really, right? Unless you're buying one whole BTC, which most people are not. It doesn't really matter where you buy here, or here, because guess what? If the market structure sees something like this, then you're going to wish you bought these dips, right? So let's talk about it from a 6-month, 8-month, 1 year perspective. Bitcoin goes all the way up to 150,000, 250,000. Again, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but what happens then, right? The conversation is going to be, oh my God, I wish I bought more at 50K. I wish I bought more at 55K. And that's why I tell you guys, look, ignore the noise, look at what the charts are telling you, and again, go with what your gut is also telling you as well, right? You don't need to go sit there and watch like 500 YouTube videos and all these Bitcoin gurus and be like, oh my God, no, that Joe Schmo said it's going to 30K. I'm going to wait till 30K. No, there's no reason for that. You buy and you sell when you feel like it's enough for you, or you feel like it's oversold. The point of this channel is to show you the levels where you can continue buying, right? So again, like, that's why I make these videos, is to give you an idea of where things can possibly go. If you solely listen to one person or one entity on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, and you follow them religiously, okay, well, he's calling for 150K Bitcoin. Again, because we saw that, right? When Bitcoin hit 72K, we saw people calling for 100K next month, and those people got wrecked. And that's what I'm saying. Look, you're never going to be right. No one knows where the top and the bottoms are going to be in the cycle, but in between those zones, that's where you make the most money. And these are the opportunities that you want to pay attention to, because these opportunities don't come back again. And I can show you a perfect example of this right here. So you can see, you guys remember this, my famous BART. I still have him drawn. My famous BART to the exact doubt. Look at that. Like, oh, it's disgusting. I drew this on a live stream, and I just drew a random line. I was like, this is our BART formation. I told you guys how BART formations work, but you can see we call literally the exact dollar bottom at 38K. But regardless of that, you guys remember those days, right? When Bitcoin was trading at 44K, everyone was booming, everyone was happy, and then it literally dropped and collapsed all the way down to around 38. And people started panicking. People were saying, oh my God, is this a bear market? We're going down lower. Thanks for the run. What happened next? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why, from an emotional standpoint, you have to understand that these things are just cycles. You're going to have correction moves. You're going to have larger pictures. Does this look bullish to me? I mean, the structure definitely could be better. Maybe a 52K, worst case scenario, we could see a wick down like something like this. Worst case scenario, right? This could definitely play out. We have to understand that right now we were completely overbought. Look at this. We just had straight moves of the upside. So if we look at it from this perspective, this is a scale and we're halfway through it. So yeah, like there could be a lot more corrective moves coming through for Bitcoin and Ethereum in general, but from a larger perspective, guys, like it doesn't really matter from a long term, right? Long term, it doesn't really matter. So you're good. My gut tells me to long 1000x. Well, I wouldn't say go 1000x, but just in general, you know. Congrats and welcome back. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I miss you guys. What do you guys have been up to? So how's everyone's trading without me? Like just in general, how's everyone's trading going without me? Like without my charts? I will definitely give a PopCat update as well, but I'm just curious, like the 20 something of you guys that are in here right now, how, like from what I've taught you guys over the past year, I'll say since I've like, or the past few months, even if since I've been gone, like, has it been good for you guys in terms of trading, or has it been horrible with you guys for trading? I'm just curious how everyone is. Just put your thoughts in the chat. I'm just really curious because I know like before, like it was pretty much like babysitting for my end. All green, I ain't touching memes, Bo getting destroyed. Yeah, memes is trouble. It is. You missed the last part of the message. I made a lot of good trades and shorted ETH. Nice, that's awesome, kids. I got liquidated, unfortunately. That's not good. Chad, trading is not too shabby without you. I just keep saying out loud, what would Pingu do in this situation? That's funny. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, guys. Like, I mean, like, look, you know, that was a point, like, Ton ecosystem, memes all green. Yes, Ton is a big one as well right now. But yeah, so just in general though, guys, like the reason why, you know, I made this channel free and whatever, yada, 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 was just in case times like this where like, you know, life happens for me and I have to disappear for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. You guys have that foundation set where you guys don't need me, right? Like I feel like I know some of you guys have got it to the exact point like me, and you guys have been trading like profit, like insane profits, but for the rest of you, like, again, like watch these videos, go back, and like if you really want to take trading seriously, like guys, like this is how you do it. Like this is the foundation you want for long term, right? And the psychological part is why I continue doing this, because that's over time you're going to get better. Everyone here is different. Not everyone's going to, some person might be an overtrader, some person might be, you know, a gambler, like that stuff happens. But when it comes down to the technical analysis standpoint, that's pretty straightforward, right? As long as you understand and have your, like have the support resistance, exponential moving averages, and understand where trends are going, it's really hard to mess it up. The emotional part of trading is the hard part, I think. The technical part of trading isn't so bad, but that of course comes with time. So, you know, I closed my trading app for the last few months. Hey, that happens. Altcoin bag, yeah, altcoin bags are completely obliterated, and that's what I mean, right? When Bitcoin's trading like this, there's no reason for you guys to be looking for altcoins in general. You want to stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum and then decide which way you want to go. You can buy altcoins later when the market structure obviously comes back, but right now we don't have market structure. We don't really know exactly where Bitcoin is going to do. So why would we buy altcoins? And the same thing goes for meme coins. Let's talk about PopCat, right? So PopCat, other than the Binance tweet that happened, right? You can see the PopCat had a disgusting move. At the peak of 70 cents all the way down to around 20 cents. Like that's a heavy correction. This of course was the Binance tweet that happened with PopCat, and then we saw a huge initial short squeeze back up to 70 cents again. But right now we're back at 44. I love PopCat. You know, I've told you guys about PopCat since 10 cents. Because of Bybit and whatnot for meme coins, I do think it's a great coin. But again, with meme coins, the issue is when Bitcoin and Ethereum drop, meme coins get obliterated. Like altcoins will drop like 30-40%. Meme coins will end up dropping 70-80%. The shit coins will drop 99%. That's why you don't want to get married to these coins. Long term, these coins are fine. And what I mean by long term is if you can hold something for a year or 2 years, then you're fine. I can see someone in the chat has named Turbo token. So the same thing with Turbo meme coin. I remember it back from last year, right? It was at the peak 130 mil, at the lows of 4 mil, and then at the highs of 450 mil recently. Like it takes a certain level of holding and believing in something for those meme coin gains, right? A lot of people think that meme coins are easy. They are, but it takes a certain individual to end up holding those 90% drawdowns and still be okay with it. And that's what I mean is you can hold meme coins, but you know, if you don't have anything else going for you in terms of your portfolio, what I mean by that is you have no savings, you're just pretty much trading daily on a daily basis for meme coins, that's where it becomes dangerous, because now all of a sudden you're going to end up, being more emotional. And, every time something happens in the market, Bitcoin drops, 1 or 2 grand, then all of a sudden your meme coins end up dropping, 10, 20, 30, 40%. You're going to be more an emotional trader. So that's why I tell you guys, like, meme coins are fun. They're great, but they're not something you want to have long-term in terms of a financial standpoint. You can make a lot of money just like the guys with Dog with Hat. And I'll give you guys an example of what I say. You're like, oh, Pingu, what are you saying? Let me explain to you guys real quick. Dog with Hat, right? At the bottom, when I was telling you guys to buy this, it was down here. Right here. So it was around 30 cents. Let's just say 30 to 25 cents. As I remember the original post was at 9 cents, but let's just for this perspective, let's just talk about 25, 30 cents. That was the initial post, right? So 30 cents to the peak. Let's just say the peak was at $5. Now looking at Dog with Hat, it's at $1.50. For you to see a 10x gain, Dog with Hat would have to go to $15. Is that going to happen realistically? Probably not. And do you see what I'm saying? Like, from a meme coin perspective, long term, you want to be the early guy, like, early as in somewhat early, and end up holding that thing, and of course rocking in those gains. But once you see something like euphoric, like $5 is 5 billion market cap. 5 billion market cap from something that was trading at 300 mil back in February. That's huge. That you guys don't understand that level. That is huge for meme coins. Like, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting for a high blue, like, no, I'm not gonna say blue chip, but like a high meme coin like that to go 10x from a point it was already up like 50,000x. That is insane. And that's what I mean is you guys need to understand, like, those are the spot positions you want to end up holding. But once the market peaks, take your profit, move on to something else long-term, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? That's where the money should be going, or Solana, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can go marry your blue chip meme coin, whatever, but when the time comes, everyone's going to have to sell sooner or later. And the same thing, like I told you guys about PopCat at 10 cents. I was like, look, I think this is oversold. I think this is going to do well. Buy this coin, right? And that was right here, literally the bottom. You guys can go type in the Telegram and type in PopCat, and you can literally see my whole essay I wrote. It was at the bottom of PopCat. And I said the reason why is because the market was in extreme oversold conditions. I figured that, look, this cat has not ran. It has Bybit volume and everything. This is the thing I'm going to be betting on. And it went literally 6x in like a week after that. That's what I mean. Like, that's how you kind of trade your meme coins, is when the market's down, you don't want to touch them. But when the market comes back, that's where you want to come back through and be like, okay, I want to buy the meme coin that's the strongest volume. And right now, the way I see PopCat is going to be the way I see Dog with Hat. Yes, it can go lower for sure. I'm not saying it's just going to moon from here, right? It can definitely go lower. We can possibly see, again, back somewhere down in this range, right? We can definitely see that again. But long term, is this going to be another Dog with Hat situation? That's the question. I can say that, confidently, we will definitely see at least $1, right? That's $1 billion market cap. For these kind of coins on Bybit, they usually end up hitting around $1 bill, $2 bill max before you start seeing a huge sell-off. And that's what I'm waiting for, right? That's what a lot of people are waiting for, is that Bybit volume to come in, maybe $1 to $2, and then you see that at that point going through the wave. So that's how you kind of trade meme coins. The rest of these meme coins, like you guys send me sometimes, it's very questionable. I have group chats for meme coins, right? I have insider chats. I have everything you can think of. But the same thing that I'm seeing right now across the board for meme coins is there's a lot of PvP, so player versus player, for those of you that don't know. And what that is means that there's not enough liquidity in the market. So when these coins come out, it pretty much turns into who can sell first and who can sell the fastest. There's very rare cases where you'll see a coin run, but when that coin runs as well, it's not sustainable. That is a different market cycle. Now, if you guys go back around maybe 3 months, do you guys remember every single meme coin that we were sitting here talking about was going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100x, and you were like, oh, I can't keep up. Pingu, this is too much. I can't keep up. There's too many coins coming out. There's too much money to be made. That was a different time in the cycle. And the only thing that changed, ladies and gentlemen, was Bitcoin. And do you understand what I'm saying? When Bitcoin looks like this, don't expect your meme coins to go crazy. That is not a time to be, I'm accumulating my meme coin. I'm not accumulating my dog. That's not a time to be accumulating your meme coin. That's not a time to be accumulating your larger caps, your altcoins, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum. And then when the market recovers and Bitcoin and Ethereum and those kind of coins switch up, that is a time to sell those, again, not all of it, but a little bit, and move that liquidity into your meme coins, because that is where you see those gains. The problem with meme coins and the idea of dollar cost averaging or accumulation zones when they're already dog shit 1 or 2 mil coins, the problem is those coins may not ever come back, and you need to understand that. If your cat coin, right, is just another cat coin, and he has like, you know, maybe this one has like a party hat like this. Okay, there's your cat, and he's special. Oh my God, like this is my next cat. This is my $1 billion token. This cat with a party hat at 1 or 2 mil, do you really think in maybe 6-8 months of market downturn, this party hat cat is ever going to have anything? No, trust me, I have seen coins that were like huge blue chip opportunities. Like, you know, people were saying, this is the next Pepe, this is the next whatever. And those coins now to this day are dead. If you go back and you look at those coins, that community is dead, that coin is dead. And that's why I tell you guys, and I've told you guys this for a very long time, you guys have seen me make hundreds of thousands of dollars off meme coins. You guys have seen it live. You have seen everything that I do, right? But the main difference for me and everything else is I do take my profits. I do take a lot of money out. And not only that, is when the time comes, I don't mind swinging down 90%. That is the biggest thing. With meme coins in general, though, guys, it's a two-way street, right? You'll see these people making hundreds of millions, and you'll see the same people losing that amount of cash too. So that's the hard part. But right now, looking at Bitcoin, like I said, long story short, spiel-wise, we're looking for a third test here. So if we're playing conservative, you want to be entering a long position on this range. Don't want to be trading this chop, right? You don't want to be trading the weekend chop. Wait for a long position here. Market ends up breaking that structure. Enter the long. Your take profit would be right in this zone around 60.4 to 60.7. The reason why is because this level wasn't retested as resistance. You end up taking that long, taking that profit, and then you're done. That's your trade for Pingu. That's your Pingu trade. But everything else in terms of the market chop in general, I'm not bullish here, right? I'm not bullish. Don't mistake it. I just think the market's oversold and we're going to see some sort of squeeze here. But I am focusing a little heavily on the 52K region. It doesn't have to happen. We have seen market structures even hit wick highs. So we can even see 53 and then see a bounce. But we most likely, like I said, like that's pretty much the range right now. And that's how I would be trading the range. And then you kind of go from there. Yeah. Okay. No. What do you think Popcat's going to do? So I answered that. Market topped as soon as Lil Pump got a Solana tattoo. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Celebrity coins, guys. Celebrity coins are great for the ecosystem, whether people like it or not. And the reason why is because they do bring exit liquidity, as in, like, you know, there are people like retail that be like, oh, that crypto stuff's coming back. You know, I saw Iggy Azalea talking about it. I want to buy some more crypto. They don't have to necessarily go buy that specific crypto, but that money does come into the ecosystem sooner or later. A lot of people hate on celeb coins, but they need to understand that with celebrity coins and celebrities in general, that is where you want retail money coming in. That's because the retail money comes in, it gets a lot easier, right? So all of a sudden, now you think you're like some market guru because you're making all this money, and you're like, dude, what's going on? Like, why am I making all this money? And then you realize, you go on TikTok and you see some random Joe Schmo talking about Shiba, and you're like, oh, there it is. That's why we're making money, right? And that's what I'm saying. Before the market's different, things are different, cycles are different. But now, with Bitcoin dropping, the retail is probably losing interest. If you go on Google Trends, you probably will see the interest for Bitcoin overall time is probably dropping a little bit now, right? It just goes with price. So as price is going up, people like it. As price is going down, people stop caring. And that's the biggest gist of things. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys is this is psychological stuff, right? This long term is going to help you, and this is how you can play the market effectively. Like sometimes you guys see me, I've been gone MI for 2 months now. Am I really missing anything? No. I go look at my meme coin chats. They're down like 90%. Everyone's fighting each other and screaming at each other. And then I go look at Twitter. Everyone's fighting, screaming, crying. Oh my God, are we dying? Like I'd rather just be outside for the next 2 months and then come back when the market ends up recovering a little bit, right? From a trading perspective, like I still make some trades, right? I still trades here and there, but from a long-term perspective, am I really missing that much? Probably not. You know what I mean? Turbo. So in terms of stocks, I rarely trade stocks. The only time I'll do stocks is if someone's asking me like to analyze something. I know the S&P is at an all-time high, which is crazy to see, right? A lot of people are like, oh, why is the S&P all-time high? Why is Bitcoin not? That's a different two-way street. But just in general, like we've seen some crazy momentum trades, even for Tesla across the board. But again, like stocks, I'm not a stock advisor. I don't think I can give advice on stocks anyways. If you want me to analyze something for you, I'd be happy, but I'd probably just stick with the blue chips. Again, stocks for me is really boring. That's why I don't like it. I prefer crypto. It's just, you know, fast paced. And other than that, I actually like, you know, I'm more comfortable doing it because I've been doing it for a longer time. But yeah, I don't know. I think stocks to me, like, I just hate the time. I hate that 9 to 5, like stock market opens, stock market closes, the bell rings, ring. Okay, it's so dumb. It's like, what? Like, what if you have a life? Like, you can't be doing that then, you know? What are you going to do then? So that's my idea. But yeah, hey, it's 35 minutes now, but I think, I mean, I'm chilling. Do you guys have any questions for me? Like, just, it doesn't have to be trading related. It could be anything, but do you guys, Do you guys have any questions? You guys want me to do anything? How much TON do I need for TON wallet for hamster? I have no idea, my friend. I don't trade TON. I just know TON ecosystem's doing well, but I have no idea what any of that stuff means. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions for me, let me know. But seems good. Yeah, I mean, it's nice seeing you guys again. I recognize a lot of these names. But yeah, so starting Monday. So this is the game plan, just from my perspective. Yeah, I'll live stream the wedding for you guys. Everyone's welcome. Listen, so this is Monday's plan. Monday, I will start with Ethereum, Doge, whatever. We'll get back into it. I know a lot of people probably wondering, thought I died. So that's one thing. So we'll get back into it. I'll start building the community out again, you know, starting to get more people in the Telegram. And we'll start posting trades more. I'll start doing the technical analysis a lot more. And then I'll try to figure out the one-on-one sessions again, and then starting that stuff back up. I'll go slowly for now. We'll get the video sorted. We'll get the TA sorted. We'll get the Telegram active again, as in just messages. Of course, you guys can't type, so that's, you know, that's there. But at least I'm back and active again, so that's good. And then we can kind of go from there. But yeah, appreciate that, General. I do appreciate it a lot. Yeah, thanks, guys. It is nice hearing from you guys too. I know I've been ghosting some of you guys, but I've just been so damn busy. I'm being honest. Like, it's just so overwhelming sometimes because, you know, you don't keep in mind that you're moving, and then you got a wedding, and then on top of that, like, everyone on YouTube is like freaking out. Like, oh, where's the videos? Where's the TA? Where's this? Where's that? And it's like, I don't want to half-ass things, and I don't want to post something and like, you know, not be confident in it either, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to, you know, because I'm already so overwhelmed. That's probably gonna affect my trading too, and that's probably why I haven't, like, I have sent trades here and there, and they've worked out well, but I'm not sending, you know, trades like I used to every day. Like, all right, good morning, guys. All right, let's look at the market. Boom, 4-hour trade right here. Long it. I'm not doing that. I'll probably do that on Monday, but right now I'm just kind of taking it slow. We're just gonna chill and we're just gonna vibe out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not trying to make this an hour long because I know people are gonna be watching this later at night and see what I've been up to and whatever. So I appreciate you guys coming. I'll see you guys Monday. I'll try to do these once a week again for sure. Well, I will promise you I'll do these once a week for sure. And then obviously time-wise, I can figure out the timings for wherever you guys work on. Turbo, nothing right now. Like I said, Bitcoin and Ethereum, we decide that first, and then we look at altcoins. I will make a list of memes. I will make a list of altcoins for you guys, and I'll put that in the Telegram as well. Once the market recovers a little bit on what I'm in, what I think it's going to do well. Like, that's just my perspective. But yeah, you guys, I'm not going to share that right now because, again, it can probably drop another 30 to 40%. I don't want anyone to get burned out on Bitcoin's drop. I don't want anyone to get burned out on altcoins. So that's why I'm not going to say anything right now, because I know some of you guys, as soon as I say something, you guys will buy. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly. It's better not to trade this week. It has been brutal. It's been a red week in general. So you want to be very, very careful. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for the likes on this video. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for all the likes, actually, in general, and supporting me for this long. I appreciate you guys a lot. Shout out Fairdesk as well. You guys they've honestly great. Like, I can talk about Fairdesk all day. They're great, great, great people. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend. See you guys Sunday night for Asia hours, and then of course Monday morning for the videos, and then we should have a good week next week. And we'll talk. All right. See you guys.